Hi, how are you? How to be on vacation of being a mom? Have you ever thought of that? Or do you need a vacation of being a mom? I noticed when my children were small that I was quite exhausted when we traveled. It wasn't a vacation, it wasn't a holiday. It was just the same routines, but in more challenging environment. Kitchen was different, house was different, the shops were different, the food was different, and I had to make the breakfast and the lunch and the dinner and watch them go to the pool and watch them not to drown themselves and watch them not to find the poisons and soft objects in the house that belonged to somebody else, and maybe not to break anything. After a few days on holiday, I was always exhausted, and I started to simplify things, like in a big way. Their father wasn't really into taking care of the children business, so he didn't help. But of course now I'm with my husband, that is totally different, thank God. But then I didn't enjoy going on a vacation, and it sounds awful, and people were partly mad at me for saying that out loud, that this is just more exhausting. I'm not having any fun. I'm not laying in the sun. I'm not sitting in the veranda and looking outside. But I get up before everybody, I make all the meals, and then in the end of the day I'm exhausted. I sit a bit in the balcony and watch the stars come up, or in most nights I just go and get to sleep with the children. But now my children are bigger, older, they are teenagers, and things can be different. And that's something that I actually decided when we left here, that they are old enough. I don't have to be a mom. I can have a vacation of being a mom. We rented a house in here. It's a quite big house, so we have enough space for everybody. And we traveled here with 3 kids. And in the start, we made this kind of organizing chores. So the girls will take care of the dishwasher and always empty it, not because they are girls, but because they are more hygienic. They wash their hands regularly and are very precise in everything that they do. And my son grills the meat in the evenings when we eat that, and whoever gets up first goes to the fridger and takes the bread and the ham and the cheese and the juice and everything and lays it out on the balcony table so everybody can eat breakfast. And that's really simple. Of course they would rather have mom to do everything. Like even now they yell, "Mom, can I have this and can I have that, and where's this and where is that?" And I just say that it's probably where you left it. And of course they would have it better if mom would do everything, but it's not better for me, so it's not better for all of us, like as a family, as a traveling group for 2 weeks. And they are able, and they can learn. So if one can cook pasta, the other one can slice ham, and the third will look at the watch so everything won't cook over. But they can do their own meals. And of course we eat in restaurants every once in a while, but it's quite expensive for 4 or 5 people, even if the price level is quite reasonable in here. But it's a big shift of attitude. It's not that I desert them. I answer their questions like I usually do, but I don't do things for them. I don't make breakfast, I don't make lunch, I don't make dinner. I let them make it. Because in the end, there is bread and ham and cheese and tomatoes and salads, and I can live with that for 2 weeks just fine. I don't need warm meals. I love to eat that. And it's only 2 weeks, so none of us is going to get a malnutrition during that time, no matter what we eat. Have you ever thought about this? If you are the main caretaker of your family, if you are the mom or the dad who does everything always, do you go on holiday when you are on holiday? I know this going on a hotel is different than staying in somebody's house, but it's also much more expensive. And that's why we like to rent a house. And because in hotels there is always somebody coming and going, and I don't really like that. It's fine if there is just 2 of us and it's a short time, but for a longer time it gets irritating. Here we have our own privacy, like really our own privacy, except that there is some work going on in the field next to us. But that's part of the job or part of the area. I know that it takes time on like growing as a parent, as realizing that your children are not dependent on you anymore, and that's why you don't have to like take care of them and pamper them all the time, because they are growing up. And I think that this is partly, or part of this is that they say constantly that it's scary to grow up, that there is so many things that they have to know and learn because they grow up and they have to move on their own and that kind of things. But this may be a part to that. They can here like learn how to do things on their own in totally different environment and with the gas stove and everything. So at the same time that I get a vacation, they get to learn and they get to build up their self-esteem that they really can, and they are good enough and they are wise enough to handle things. But I think that, or I know that some of my friends don't do that, or very few people do. And I often think that, is it because if you are doing something all the time, you don't have to think? But it's, I think, fairly normal that when you come on vacation and suddenly don't do anything, thoughts run into your head. At least with me, I know that when we came here, I was a little bit like baffled for the last week at work. I was like running up and down because we traveled the week before to Singapore. If you watched my previous video, I told about you with that. And then I was 1 week at work, and then we got this family holiday that we always do this time of the year. So I was like, touched the ground running, as they say, when we came here. So I thought about my work and about the everyday life like really heavily when we arrived. Then it took a day or two to finally relax and start to get a little bit on a holiday mood. But then it hit again. I got anxious and I got stressed and I didn't know what I have to think, but I thought that I have to think something very much. And I was frustrated. And when that tide turns, then you really start to relax. And then I noticed that I don't know what day of the week it is anymore. It's Monday now when I look at my computer, so that's settled. But really start to relax. And just when I came down to film this, my husband said that now he feels that even if he's just sitting still for 2 hours, he doesn't have the urge to get up and start driving somewhere just to see something and do something because we have to do something because we are in here. But we don't have to do anything. It's better to be still and think the things that come to your head. And that's a kind of pattern that when you have the time, when you have extra time, your head starts to like go over things, the difficult things that you push aside in a normal life. But that's an issue for another video, not about this of being a mom and taking a vacation as being a mom. I don't desert my children. I'm available all the time, and we talk much more when we are in here than we do at home. And that's the best thing of being here with kids. But to not be exhausted, not to just cook and clean and do all the things that caretakers do, but to generally relax. And at the same time, give them example that you can delegate and you can relax and still be a at least decent mom, if not good or perfect. Please comment down below what you think. Are you able to take a vacation of being a mom? Because being a mom or being a dad as a main caretaker is a tough work and deserves a credit and a thanks. So I support you all. Take a vacation of being a mom. Enjoy yourself and show your children that you can enjoy your life. And it's okay. Moms don't have to be the one who suffer and who do always everything. I hope you have a great day. I see you soon. Goodbye.